So something happened with the video yesterday, I'm not sure exactly what, so I had to take the video down. That's why if you try to click on the video, there was no video to watch. But I got it back up now, so with that being said, here's the video. What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So for those of you who don't know, here about a month and a half or so ago, I set back up my big 300-gallon stock pond for exotic fish, and it's done really good. Now I've only got 3 fish in it right now. I've got the Florida gar and the tiger oscar and the albino oscar, and I do plan on adding some more exotic fish to it. But here recently, it started to grow a bunch of algae, like a lot. So you see all that on the sides right there, and that just goes all around the pond, and it's even in the sand, on the rocks, on the piece of driftwood. I mean, it's everywhere in here, and it's not harmful to the fish or anything, but it's just really ugly. Now, as far as filtration, I've just got this pressurized pond filter, and it's done a really good job of keeping the water really nice and crystal clear and all that, but that does not mean that it's going to stop algae growth. That's going to happen no matter what. However, I didn't know if I was going to have to put a UV clarifier on the pond when I first set it up, because obviously it is under an awning, but it's still getting some direct sunlight, so I didn't know if the water was going to start turning green or not. And it's been over a month now and it still hasn't turned green, but that does not mean that it's not going to grow algae, which it is obviously doing. So I don't think I'm going to add a UV clarifier on the pond, but what I did get today to help out with all this dang algae is a pleco. I didn't get a really big one, and I didn't get a really small one either. And this guy, he's probably about 6-7 inches or so. He was really the biggest one we had at the store today anyways, and sometimes we get some really big ones, but I just went ahead and got the biggest one we had today, and I may end up getting another one, I don't know. But I'm going to see how well this guy does at cleaning up all this algae in here, and of course he has plenty of it to eat. So I'm going to let this guy go ahead and start acclimating, and we'll come back in about 20 minutes or so and put him right on into the pond. Now, as far as the fish that are in here right now, there is the Florida gar right there, and the 2 Oscars, you can see their tails right over there. But they've been doing really good in here. They've already been eating pellets and stuff and coming out during the day, and they've done great. Quick little update on the panda barbs that we got in the last video. They are looking and doing really good over here in the hexagon community tank. And look who's out. The big electric blue Jack Dempsey. Kind of a rare sighting. Don't see this guy out too much anymore. And there's the little guy right there, but both of those guys are looking and doing really good. But yeah, the panda barbs, they are looking great in here. And I also got this new tripod. This is definitely going to help out with filming some videos. I can easily just pop the camera right on there and then slide it however I please, and it'll make some shots a lot more steady and focused, especially when I'm trying to get like some really up close shots of some fish. For those of you who remember this freaking ball of moss that I showed you guys in the last video, it's gotten even bigger since then. Like, this thing was even smaller just like 2 or 3 days ago. This thing is just growing and getting bigger and bigger. But it really shows the shrimp a lot better than the guppy grass does. Like, when the shrimp get on this, they're really easily to spot compared to when they're getting on the guppy grass. But this thing has really started to grow in the past few weeks. And all the guppies and antlers and all the babies are all doing really good in here. There's just tons and tons of babies, and some of them are getting pretty decent size now. So I think this guy's been acclimating long enough now. It's been about 30 minutes or so, and he looks like he is ready to get out of the bag. So we're going to go and get that guy out of the bag. But first, one thing I didn't mention earlier, it's still kind of cool outside, so that's probably another reason why the fish aren't up and moving as well as they would be if, you know, it was really warm outside. And by the way, it's not cold or anything. It's just that it's not like in the mid 80s or the 90s or anything like that. So the water temp is probably about 70-ish right now, and these guys prefer it to be a little bit warmer than that, especially the Oscars. But it's going to start warming back up here pretty soon, and once that happens, that should bring the fish out a lot more and get them swimming a lot more as well. But I'm going to go ahead and get this guy out of the bag and into his new pond, and like I said, hopefully he helps out with all this dang algae that we have in here. And if it looks like I need to get another one, like if it looks like he's, you know, cleaning up a bunch of it, but it's just growing like crazy, then I'll probably go ahead and get another one. Alright, here he is. Check this guy out. His fins are a little bit frail, but that's not too big of an issue. They'll heal up very soon. But another name for these guys, if you don't know, is armored catfish. And you can tell because all around their body they have these spikes, and their skin is really hard. So we're gonna let that guy go, and there he is. And we should be able to spot this guy in here really easily, because of course he should really stand out off the sand and the rocks. But that guy will probably start working at that algae sometime tonight. These guys work best at night because of course they are a type of catfish, and they're nocturnal, so they do most of the cleaning at night. But we'll go ahead and leave that guy alone for now and let him get settled into his new pond. And by the way, there's the gar right there just chilling right on the bottom. And we'll come back and check on this guy in the morning. So it's another next day and the pleco looks to be doing just fine. I actually just added a little bit more water back to the pond. And let me just say this. I see a whole bunch of you guys saying, you know, add more water back to your pond's too low and all that. Guys, there's a reason why I keep my water level as low as I do. That's so I don't run the risk of a fish possibly jumping out. Now, most of these fish that are in here, in fact, all of them actually are really low risk at jumping out. But when I get that peacock bass for the pond, he is going to run a very high risk of possibly jumping out, so I don't like to take any chances. So usually I keep the water level. This is as high as I usually keep it. I'll fill it up to this rim line right here, and that's pretty much where I filled it up to this morning. And that puts about 250 gallons of water in the pond, which is plenty big enough for all these fish that are in here. But anyways, I kind of made it a little bit murky when I put the some water back in here. But anyways, the pleco, he is right up underneath the piece of driftwood. I'll move this back so you guys can see him, and the two Oscars actually. And there's the albino. There's the gar, there's the pleco, and the tiger just ran up underneath there somewhere. Oh, there he is, yep. So they're all just kind of chilling up underneath the piece of driftwood. Now, obviously, it's going to take a few weeks to really know if this guy's really doing his job or not as far as cleaning up all this algae. And like I said, I may end up getting another pleco for it. I don't know, let me know what you guys think. But as far as moving forward now, as far as what I'm going to be getting next for the pond, it's either going to be one of two different fish. It's either going to be a marble car catfish or, like I said, the peacock bass. I'm definitely going to be getting both of those fish, but I just don't know which one I'm going to get next for the pond. So now I'm kind of having the same problem over here in the guppy pond as far as that string algae. Not quite as bad, but actually this pond has a UV clarifier on it in the filter, so the water stays crystal clear. But I'm starting to notice that some of it has started to go away, so I think the guppies have been kind of nibbling at it on the sides, but it was really starting to cake up on the sides, and it's still over here on this artificial plant. You see all that? See that? So what I'm thinking about doing is actually taking one of the Siamese algae eaters from the guppy tank that I have inside and putting that one out here because a few weeks back I had a really bad hair algae problem in one of my guppy tanks inside, and I got two Siamese algae eaters for it, and within like a week's time they had cleared up all of it. So I think what I'm going to do is take the little bit smaller one out of there and put him over there in the guppy pond, and that way he can kind of help clear up some of that, you know, all that string algae that's in there. But some of it has started to go away, like I said, and I think the guppies have actually started to pick at it throughout the week, which by the way, they are looking and doing really good. The color on the males is just outstanding. They're looking really nice. And also the babies in here, if I can find them, yep, there's one of them right down there. They're starting to grow a little bit as well, so that's really good that the babies are doing great as well. But like I said, I'm thinking about putting that other Siamese algae eater out here, and he won't be a threat to the guppies at all, but he'll kind of help out clean up some of this algae that's on this plant right here, and also that's on the side. So saltwater tank is looking and doing really good. All the corals are opening up really nicely this morning. You can see the candy canes back there, the hammers, whatever that SPS coral is right there, and the pipe organ. That's the newest coral that I added to the tank. It is looking really nice, but I can't find a spot for it to where the crabs don't freaking keep on knocking it off. Everywhere I put it, they keep knocking it off. So for the time being, I've just got it right there. But it's looking really nice. Now I think my favorite coral in here right now is probably my zoanthids. They, in my opinion, look really nice and are finally starting to really spread and starting to grow. Look at all these back here. See all that? They're really starting to fill out that plug now and starting to move onto the rocks, and that's going to look really nice once they start to, you know, spread all over these rocks. And the two snowflake clownfish are looking and doing really nice as well. So is our cleaner shrimp, and let's see if he'll do it. Watch this. Watch how fast he comes up to my hand when I put it in the tank. Look at this. Watch him. Look at that. As soon as he knows it's in there, he just runs and just gets right on my hand. Look at that. And then just starts picking away at stuff. Anything he can find on my hand. Pretty cool. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, please be sure to give it a like down below. Also, let me know what you guys think about the new pleco, if you think I should get another one or not, and also let me know if you think I should put that other Siamese algae eater outside in the guppy pond. We're getting closer and closer to 2,000 subscribers every single day, so please hit that subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel, or if you've been watching for a while and you haven't subscribed yet. Please go ahead and subscribe, because like I said, we're getting closer and closer every single day to 2,000 subscribers. So thank you guys for watching, and with that being said, you guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace!